This is totally someone who was not who they said they were from the beginning. It was a man. Guaranteed it was another dude.
No way.
I'm telling you.
This podcast is a Dear Media production.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to another episode of Girls Gotta Eat.
I wanted to say hi in Singaporean, but there's
you do
they
it?
just say hi. I mean, you can say I mean,
Out of here.
It's very multicultural. Like, I'm not going to say ni hao. I would love to, but like, I'm not.
You're not going to appropriate hello in
like,
Singapore.
There's not like a universal hello. I even just asked our friend who's Singaporean. She said, I say hi.
I had never
a
knew
bunch
this.
of different languages spoke there.
Hebrew is the opposite. Shalom means hello and goodbye and peace. We have one word for all three.
Okay. I love ni hao.
It's cute. It's cute. Are you going to try to like learn the language?
What language? I'm confused on the language.
Well, it's a melting pot. So you
Yeah,
will
exactly.
find it's one of my favorite places to eat because you have so many Indian and Chinese and Japanese influences, Thai influences. Like there's so many food influences because people moved there from all over.
Totally. Okay, so anyway, I just got back. I'll recap it next week with a special guest host.
Not me.
Raina's getting a week off.
I get a week off.
Well, I had a week off last week. Hope you guys enjoyed this snack with Andrew Collin. But while we're talking about languages, Raina, I have to tell you something that happened to me. I've been holding back. Something that happened to me for the second time is that we went to dinner last weekend and we think that we had a server who was doing a fake accent for what we think is practicing for a role. So this happened one night at dinner. You and I and like Shashank and our friends Hallie and Billy all went to dinner. And the server came over and she was closest to me, but you guys could hear her. But I was like, the accents, they're all over the place. Like it sounds a little Australian, it sounds a little British. It's really kind of chaotic. And she walked away and you and I were like, she's practicing for a role.
Immediately. But then when she came back over and explained the specials, she kept oscillating in and out of like Harry Potter talk.
Oh yeah, and Hallie her dad is British, and she was like, she's talking like a child talks, like a British child.
Yes, and I couldn't make eye contact with anybody while she was speaking because I was like, this is a fake accent. This is crazy.
So we went to dinner. We had a little date night last weekend, and she came over, and she was super nice. And I got like a little British, but I also Australia, New Zealand. And I said, Shashank, what do you think? He goes, New Zealand, 100%. I'm like,
oh, like he could differentiate?
No, he was like, I'm pretty certain. So I was like,
Australian.
I'm asking because we didn't ask before. And so it got more chaotic as the night went on. Towards the end of the meal, I was like, where are you from? I love your accent. She said the UK. And I'm like, no, bitch. Like
The UK?
And
You thought it was Australian?
Australia, New Zealand.
Because I feel like when people are learning that accent, they can oscillate between the two of those.
And she had an answer locked and loaded that sounded so fake.
Like Alex.
She said this village, something. Like she had an answer. Here's the thing.
A village?
I'm not like a small town, 2 hours south of London, something. Here's the thing. We're not criticizing. We think this is a brilliant way to
Method act,
yeah. But to practice.
Totally. Who
like
wouldn't?
I live for this shit and only in LA. And when we cracked this code at dinner, we were so excited to like understand what was happening. And then it happened to me again and go off, Queens.
No, I love it. If you're at work, double down on the work.
I just think it's like if you're trying to work something out and you work in the restaurant industry or in customer service, work it out.
You know what it reminds me of is comedians we know that have done like the New York City bus tours that they like host the New York. Shane Gillis used to do this. It was either Tim Dillon or Shane Gillis that used to like do this.
Yeah.
And anytime you take one of those boat tours, like the
In
Chicago architecture
they're
tour,
comedians.
also Seattle, it's comedians working out bits.
And like improv, especially in Chicago, it's like Second City people.
So funny.
Yeah, I know a comedian named Tom in New York. He's been a New York tour guide forever. So yeah, he can work his jokes out with the strangers, tourists. So anyway, I was so excited to tell you it's happening again.
Okay, well, I hope it keeps happening.
I know.
While we still live here. Okay, let's thank our partners. Nice of me to tell you. Thank you to Shopify. See how easy it is to start your own business today at shopify.com/GGE and Rocket Money. Reach your financial goals faster at rocketmoney.com/GGE.
And thank you to Nutrafol. Get $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping at Nutrafol.com with code GGE10.
So the reason why I'm not coming back to LA this week is because I had to be on the East Coast for shows. I have 2 shows in Philly Wednesday night, 2 shows in DC Thursday night. And like, these are our favorite cities to perform in. We just like love them so much. But Philly, one of the strippers that we always hire messaged me and said, for our Girls Gotta Eat show, and said, can I come to the show? Do you have extra tickets? And I was like, yeah, I'd love to have you. And I confirmed with him this morning. He was like, all the guys want to come. Can I give them can I let them know
the whole squad?
And I was like, invite all of them. So that the 9:45 show, which I actually, it's the only one I have tickets left for.
Yeah.
I think the strippers are going to be there.
Make them work.
And I was like, should I incorporate them into the show?
Yeah.
The second show on a Wednesday night, I think people need like a pick-me-up.
So Leon, who we love, he did come to my, he's so supportive.
I know he
came
did.
to my show on my tour last year, and I didn't make him work. But when he came in 2022 to the Camel Toe tour, and I was at the Punchline in Philly, I like just called him out to acknowledge him, and then was like, I don't know, like, let's play pony. And he started straight. That show was chaotic. My parents made out on stage. It was like a whole thing.
That's crazy.
But
your dad loves to just get up there and do something crazy.
Yeah, like let Lee on stage. But yeah, so you could have them. Yeah, you could do it.
Also, I think your cousin Lindsay and Buck are going to be coming to the first show.
I'm
You
so
should just
sad.
come. Just come.
I'm jet lagged.
I'm too tired.
I'm too jet lagged.
lagged.
No, I really do feel bad. So I swear I'm not coming, you guys.
No, this is actually the first show she's sitting out of the tour.
Yes.
Philly's the first one you're not coming to.
I know. I mean, we get back from this trip. We will have just gotten back. And listen, if you guys are like, that's such a short trip to go to Asia, please, yes, I know. Please leave me alone. And I will discuss it next week with my husband. But I really just, it would be so hard to make it work. And I'm so sad.
Try to be happy that it happened, I guess. I'm not sad.
No, I know. I'm happy for you.
We were in the car and I had this epiphany. I was like, oh, we're just on tour together.
I love it.
I love it.
It's
been
so
great.
fun.
So if you guys want tickets to that, RainaGreenberg.com.
Okay.
So I have to tell you the story. I mean, you and I have talked about paying on dates a lot, but a girlfriend of ours told me this, and I just sort of like wanted your take on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so our good friend, let me give you some details. She'd gone out of town on a work thing. She met this guy. They went out, and she wasn't sure if it was a date or if it was just kind of like work related.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Dale Moss. That's some of the Girls Gotta Eat lore. Is when I went out with Dale Moss in my backpack and didn't know it was a date.
I mean, I just assume as a girl you can turn anything into a date, but like, how many of us
take your pussy out?
I touch people a lot, way
Yeah,
more than you. People know that they're on a date with me.
Yeah.
No one's confused. I just start sucking their dick. They're like,
so is this a date? Is this a date?
I look up. I'm like, yeah, kind of.
Do you like me?
This is what I
What
do at
are
all my
we?
work events.
Okay, so she didn't
This is
know.
a work event. So yes, she's out of town. She goes out with this guy. She wasn't positive it was a date. She said it was like flirty, but whatever. They go home. So she's back in this city last week, and he messaged her and said, "Can I take you out on a date?" Like made it clear. And he was like, "Normally, if I had had like more of a heads up, I would have planned something more fun for us or cooked for you at home. But like, I really do want to take you on a date. Is that okay?" And she says, "Yes, great." And they go out and they go to this restaurant. They have 2 entrees, 2 apps, no drinks. Non-expensive meal. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
And she's like, he's flirty the whole time. He was like, he acknowledges he wasn't sure if the last time was a date either.
Okay.
But he's like, I want to make it clear I'm into you. I like you. And she's like,
Yeah,
great, okay.
yeah.
So they're on this date and the bill comes and she said that she superficially like kind of reaches for her purse and he's like, yeah, I'll split it with you.
No.
And she was like, okay. And she pulls her card out and puts it in the thing. And the waiter comes over and is like, okay, so split it right down the middle. And this guy's like, yep, split it right down the middle. And these are 2 people, by the way, with money. They both have money. We're not talking about people in their early 20s that like, it makes sense that you go out for an expensive meal.
He has a lot of money.
He has a lot
He
of
has money too. I mean, but just to be clear.
This is not some like person that needs financial help on a date that, again, she wasn't drinking the house down or anything. She said she had no drinks, 2 apps, 2 entrees.
It doesn't even fucking matter, but okay, yes.
But what I'm saying to you is it wasn't a
100%.
$300
Yes,
date.
exactly.
It wasn't one person sober and the other person has 4 drinks, which I've been on dates like that. So afterwards, he was like, I had such a great time and I want to see you again. Please, like, next time you're in town, like, let me know. Like, give me more. Like, likes her, is intentional about seeing her, wants her to know this is the date. But, like, she said, like, with his whole chest, because I said to her, walk me through exactly, like, she's so generous. I can see her being like, no, I insist. And she was like, I wasn't.
Right, because if you say no, I insist, they should let you. But ladies, why are we doing that? Actually, I want to share that other story after this. Go ahead, keep going.
I'm just curious what you think about it. Like, this guy was really intentional. This is a date. I like you. I'm into you. He picked a cool place to take her to. Like,
isn't he British?
Yeah, he's British.
Is it cultural? Are we like? I have to know. I think that everyone is going into dating situations, especially men, if they're kind of supposed to like lead, ask you out, make the plan, pay. In the early stages, which we do think they should, they're basing however they're acting on past experiences. I don't know. Is he running into a lot of independent women who insist on paying? And so has he been in awkward situations before where a woman does offer and then he battles them and it gets awkward? I don't want to defend it. What happened the first time with the bill? I cannot remember.
She picked it up.
She picked up the bill the first time?
But she said she wasn't sure if it was a work thing, so she put it on her work card.
A work thing, okay.
So
let's just assume this is their first date.
First date.
He wants to make it clear he likes her. He's taking her to a place. They have a reasonably priced dinner. You just pay. Like, I'm sorry. There's a million reasons. I don't need to defend this. We say this all the time, but a woman, she's less safe going out to meet with a man she doesn't know. She's done her hair and makeup. She spent money. She picked out an outfit. Like, it doesn't even need to be like this. It should just be chivalrous and just be like, you want to impress her and turn her on in the early days. If they were to date, she would pay for stuff. He would pay for stuff. Totally. They both make money. They would have a great life together. You know, that's how the relationship that I want to be in, that I am. And we both be paying for stuff. But like those early days, like what are you doing? You should know this turns women off.
That's what I said to her. I said, haven't we like kind of browbeaten men enough? Like, there's so much information on the internet now and TikToks just saying like, date one, just pay. And if you have a relationship, you will both oscillate paying. I don't think anybody owes me money. If I'm never going to see somebody again,
totally,
I am reaching for my card. I am insisting on putting it down. Nobody owes me money. But a first date, it's just chivalry. And again, this guy has plenty of money. I haven't seen his bank account, but like comes from family money, has a good job, makes money.
Yeah, and you know my stance, if we run around all night, I'll pick up the next round of drinks. Maybe, but I've done it before. But that first time, this is their first technical date. What are you doing splitting it? I don't like to split the bill with my friends.
I know, me either.
If I go to, especially a lunch, like, you know, Taylor and I, we go to Barry's, we go to lunch. Someone will get it or whatever it is. Like, you'll get it next time. Like, when you and I go to dinner, when we're together, we usually put it on our card and then friends will Venmo us if it was really expensive. Like, I get it, especially if you're younger and it really matters. I mean, I didn't used to be able to pick up the tab for people, but splitting the bill in general at this nice place in Miami, one of the best restaurants in Miami, why are we even splitting it? It's embarrassing.
I'm curious like what that guy was trying to communicate to her, because it certainly wasn't that he couldn't afford it. And I think men know that you want them to pick up the check on a first date, and he seemed like he liked her. So to me, I'm like, if everything else is good, if he seemed like intentional and nice and he was fun to hang out with, what is this person trying to communicate to you by allowing you to pay for this? That's all I have to ask myself is like, what was he thinking? Because men know that it turns us off.
Do they know that in London?
Britain? Yeah. I think TikTok has reached Britain.
I don't know. Like, are there some slight cultural differences with, you know, a woman offers, let her. That's why I'm not offering. I'm not doing the fake reach on a first date. Absolutely not.
I mean, my feeling is if I reach for my card and I split it with somebody on a first date, we're just friends.
Yeah.
That's what I'm communicating to you.
Yes, and if I insist on paying, I never want to see you again.
Never. You're never touching me.
It's a bummer. It kind of takes the wind out of your sails.
It does, because again, what I would have to deduce is this person doesn't like me and wants me to know that.
Yeah.
Like when she said he looked at the waiter and was like, yep, right down the middle, I was like, oh, I felt that in my body.
Oh my gosh. We had a friend recently who, what was the story? Didn't she insist on that, like, gluten-free place? Like, she took him to some, like,
it was like gluten-free,
but it was really bad.
It was bad and it was gluten-free.
I don't know, was the whole restaurant gluten-free? Whatever she took him to, it was bad.
She did victim blame herself.
And she insisted on paying.
Yeah.
And he let her, and she thought it was a little bit of a red flag. But I'm like, I don't know, girl. You drug me to that place and had a bad meal. You can pay. There was some other layer of it too. She asked us if it was a red flag that he let her. And when we got all of the information, we said no, which is rare.
We blamed her.
Yeah.
See, we will blame women sometimes.
No, we were like, no, you were in your right to pay. And
Yeah.
it's okay that he didn't.
You ruined everybody's fun. You also didn't have sex with him after. You
No, there was also something else too. That whatever it was, all the details of the story, we were like, no, sometimes it's okay.
Yeah, when you ruin everybody's time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What, is she going to go out with him again?
I guess so.
Don't do the reach. See what happens.
I said I haven't reached in years.
No, I'm not doing that.
I don't even pretend. If you get to date me, you are so lucky. I will take care of you forever. I have somebody staying with me right now. I sent him like the nicest message. There's food in the fridge for you. Help yourself. Make yourself at home. Here's or this, that, and the other thing. People are so lucky to just be in my airspace. Like all you have to do is pay for a couple dates. I love to cook. I love to give blowjobs. I wish I would find somebody as obsessed with me as I am with me.
I mean, yeah, you're a great wife. you don't blow me, but I can vouch for all the other things. Okay, so it is funny though because
you don't like blowjobs.
Shashank pays for 90% of our meals out, and he always has. And I pay for other stuff, and we have a good thing going, But I do sometimes like to treat him to dinner. Like, if it's his birthday, there's times when I'm like, it's my treat.
I like that some people do anal on birthdays, and you're like, I will pay.
I'll pay for dinner. But whatever, there might be something like, listen, I want to go to this place. I want to, I pay sometimes, and I don't know. I always feel a little weird. Like the server's like, oh, I see what's going on. I don't know. Say I'm a fake feminist. Like this is when I am old fashioned. Like when I turn over my card, I'm like, they probably think that I'm like his sugar mama and I'm older and like all the things. I don't know. I feel a little weird about it. I don't like it. He doesn't like it either.
He's got salt and pepper hair.
He really doesn't want me to pay, but sometimes I insist. And in those moments, I almost regret it.
Yeah, because you're like, everyone here thinks you're a beta. Those servers are all talking about you. You didn't even blink when I handed the card over. You're like, no, I'm married. The server's like, I don't care.
So anyway, I mean, whatever you think about this is just like an interesting thing. They should go out again and she should not do the fake reach and see what happens.
I agree.
He has money. He wanted to take her out.
Yeah, he reached out.
She got ready for this. She spent money on this. She already spent her share.
Also, she doesn't even live in that city. And I think that there's like a little bit more.
Totally.
Like I'm out of town. I'm staying in a hotel.
That's so
I've paid for
true.
a flight in a hotel. Then he said to her, oh my God, one more thing.
Okay.
He was like, when are you free next? You should come back down. She lives in a cold place. He lives in a warm place. And he was like, you should come back down soon. So she's got to fly back there. The way I would never reach for a card if I flew somewhere.
100%. The cheapest guy I ever dated, I mean, there's a big backstory, and we dated in Atlanta, and then he moved to another city, and we fired things back up, whatever. I thought he was the one that got away for a minute because I broke up with him the first time. So anyway, I go visit him. I'm like so excited. We've been sexting. He was like A+ sexter. Like we had this whole thing. I was so excited. Fly to see him. Get there. And I had a friend with me and we go to the bar and he let me open my own tab. Insanity. I have flown here to see you. I mean, there was so many other cheap things about him. It was like shocking. It was such a bummer. But I have flown here on an airplane.
That's insane. That's totally
You
insane
should
behavior.
pick up the tab for me and my friend right now. You also want to impress her. Like it was
Turn me
we were in like a
on!
dive bar. Yeah.
Turn me on. Please act like a gentleman, by
Yes.
the way. Do you remember that all three of these are the same city? Okay, so years ago on like Valentine's Day, I think Valentine's Day 2021, we were all together in this city. And my one friend was supposed to go down there with her boyfriend. He canceled last minute. So she flew down and took the trip with us.
Yes.
And it was,
oh my God.
It was the three of us and another girlfriend. So 4 girls. He does finally fly down. We're all getting drinks. The bill comes for a couple drinks and he asks the server to split it up among the checks. And I was like, you motherfucker, I gave your girlfriend a hotel room to stay in after you canceled on her. You're not going to pick up our drinks?
Okay, actually, this is an interesting conversation. I saw this, I think, on TikTok, and it was the sentiment that if a man is out with his girlfriend, wife, fiance, and there's a tab, that he should pick it up for everybody. And I don't know if I agree with that. And actually, I thought the comments, I mean, I'm sure there's thousands of comments, so I'm sure there was a mixed bag, but a lot of people were like, yeah, if someone's man's at the table, he's picking up the tab for everybody. And I was like, nah, a round of drinks, yes. Like everybody's dinner, I don't really think my man needs to be on the hook for all my friends' dinners.
Oh, fuck no. I just mean like a couple. Also, that was a unique situation. I'd paid for his girlfriend's
No, but
hotel
I
room.
thought about this and I was like, that's interesting. I'm surprised a lot of the comments are kind of this like, you better pay for me and my friends energy. Like, yes, that round of drinks, you look good. And Shashank always wants to do that. But we go to dinner, maybe it somehow is like 3 or 4 girls and him. I don't expect him to grab that tab. And I actually haven't really experienced that too many times.
I'm always third wheeling. As somebody who's always third wheeling, when I have gone out with my friends, so like I went out with 2 friends to Beethoven Market recently. Like she and I had been together all day. She had dinner plans with him. He invited me to come with them. We sat at the bar. We didn't order that much food. And I had 1 drink, and he picked up the tab and was like, "You don't have to pay me back. I'm not going to make you Venmo me $60."
Also, that too. One person.
That's different.
The first time the 3 of us went out, me and Shashank went to Owa. He insisted on paying for you. Like he loves to pay for you, whatever. But it's like a group. I'm like, they're good.
No, that's different. And also it's like, are these things going to be reciprocated? Like this particular couple, he had been to my place for parties. I've hosted him lots of times. Him picking up $60 for me, fine.
But yes, when that guy came down and there was we had just had 1 drink each and he insisted on splitting it up. It was so awkward. And yes, like you'd said, like he had kind of fucked his girlfriend up with her travel plans and you gave her a place to stay. Like, of course he wasn't clocking that.
Oh, insane. Okay. You know, men should just know how horny it makes you when you do stuff like that.
That's the thing.
Okay, do you remember when we were in Vegas, that guy showed up and picked... That was insane. I think we bankrupted him. He showed up, he picked up the tab for 5 of us to have dinner at Mother Wolf in Vegas.
So hot.
I think that was all the money he had in the world.
I think he had just come into some money. And thank God for that. No, it was crazy. And he didn't eat much. Like he showed up late to the dinner.
Yeah, we had already actually like made decisions on the whole bill and everything. He just swooped in and paid.
Listen, it is hot and I recommend it.
That guy, later on when we were having sex, I threw up while we were having sex and I let him finish because I was like, you deserve this.
No, he like, yes, came in hot in a suit, picked up the tab at an expensive restaurant in Vegas. We had been drinking and eating. We'd ordered the whole menu for 5 girls and he was like, I got it. I was like, well, I'll suck your dick.
Everybody will suck his dick.
He's in prison now.
I do think he might be in prison.
So he's
spent all his money.
Well, wait, I saw Elizabeth Holmes tweeted from prison. What is going on in these prisons? Like, you can social media.
Yeah, no, Joe Exotic from Tiger King. The Tiger King is always tweeting and on Facebook and stuff. You do have access to social media from prison.
This is news to me.
Oh, so I knew this because this guy who I dated in high school, who was supposed to be like a professional Major League Baseball player, but instead he became a drug dealer and went to prison.
Hot.
He's so hot, actually.
Smash or pass.
Smash then pass. Yeah, he posts photos from jail, like with him and all of his friends in jail.
Okay, can we just deep dive on this in the snack? I need more information on social media privileges in jail.
Well, I was like, who took photos of you in your prison outfits with all your friends? Like, how'd you get the photos?
Maybe prison isn't so bad. Okay, so I have one thing to share. Raina already knows this, but we're going to recap it for you guys. Something happened last weekend in my relationship. Something that hadn't happened yet. And this was that I did fart in front of my husband audibly. And we are married now. We've been together coming up on 3 years total. And so I went this long. The first time I heard him fart, but I didn't see it, was when he left the hotel room and he went to the hallway and he cracked the door and I heard it down the hallway over Thanksgiving in Boston. And the situation was that we were at the house. We were watching Love Story on JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. And the volume was up, it wasn't paused. And I went to the kitchen, I think, to get a drink or whatever. And I did know I had to fart. I was feeling a little gassy. I did know what I was doing, but I thought it was going to be silent and just air. And my body betrayed me. And it came out so loud. Again, the TV was on. It was over the TV. He could hear it all the way from the kitchen to the couch. And I just crumpled onto the counter. I couldn't believe it. I was like crying. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. He like perked up. I was like, he didn't hear that. It's all the way across the room. The TV's on. No. It's like he had a sixth sense for it. And he's dying laughing. He's like, oh my God. He starts like, oh my God, Azul, did you hear that? He's talking to Azul. And then within 30 seconds is voice noting Raina.
I have never been more honored in my... I actually forgot how embarrassing that was because I was just so honored. He was like, I gotta loop Raina into this.
Does anyone else have this trio of a marriage? Like, this is crazy. Like,
I'm so honored.
He picked up his phone. I'm like, what's he doing? He's
not his sister, not a guy friend.
He's in the Shonky Tonk chat. I got to tell Raina.
He's like, we got to get this on a Girls Gotta Eat episode. I got to talk about this now.
Oh my God. So, I mean, it was bound to happen.
I'm curious if you guys will leave a comment how long you guys waited to fart in front of your partners. Like, is it forever? Are you all just walking around with tummy aches?
I would have waited forever.
I would have waited. I mean, the amount of stomach aches I have when I'm in a relationship, because I never realize how much I fart until I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, it is constant.
And plenty of couples fart in front of each other all the time. And if that's what they got going on, we don't judge. That's just not the relationship that I'm in or I want to be in. I want to just kind of not have that cross the boundary. And we know what we do in the bathroom. And we are open about like, oh, you know, like
Fart walks.
And just, I got to go upstairs. You know, he has his bathroom. He doesn't even use our bathroom in the primary bedroom at all. That's mine. He has his own.
When he pees, like in the middle of the night?
He'll pee in there. He's never pooped in there.
His butt's never touched the seat. That's
Never.
amazing.
Yes, he has his own.
You know I don't use my guest bathroom. Like if other people's butts have touched a seat, I only go upstairs to go to the
It's
bathroom.
like Beyonce. She doesn't like to sit on toilet seats that other people sit on, and I get it.
She bring her own toilets?
I heard she brings her own toilets. I don't think she does. I heard she brought her own something. This could be I actually think this is probably a rumor of someone trying to say she's such a diva. But if I'm Beyonce, I'm not sitting my ass down on a toilet seat that someone just sat on.
This is not diva behavior to me. This is I've been working for 25 years. I made all the money in the world, and I'm going to accommodate myself as much as I need to.
It's actually even crazy to picture Beyonce going to the bathroom. Like I can't even. I just
imagine.
picture on a literal throne. Like I can't picture her like taking a shit.
It's crazy that this is like the great unifier. Like Kim Kardashian takes
a shit. Yeah, I can picture that.
Because she's such a big dumpster.
It's just like Beyonce's different. So that happened. We crossed that boundary, and it's so funny because I was joking. I was like, "You look at me differently now, don't you?" And like the next day, so this was a Saturday. The next day, Sunday, I was like, "We haven't even had sex since it happened." It was one day. He laughed so hard.
You were like, "Are you not attracted to me anymore? Be honest."
He's like, "We had sex literally yesterday." I'm like, "Yeah, but not since it happened."
That is so funny. Well, you guys, let us know in the comments how long you waited. I'm very curious.
Yeah, but it's like I wasn't like I'm going to do this now. This snuck out.
No. I mean, the way that I would be oscillating between just like humiliation and laughter.
Yes, that's what it was. I was like hunched over the counter, like silent, cry laughing, tears streaming down my face.
Okay, I also, to celebrate that, I walked into the house the next day and I farted so loud to celebrate just being alone. I voice noted you guys to tell you.
So lucky. Yeah, he leaves for work. I usually roll around in the bed for another like 30 minutes to an hour before I get up and fart. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about our partners and then we will get into it with our guest today. We're so excited.
Okay, if one of your goals this year was to get a hold of your finances and just kind of have like a better picture and understanding of what you make and what you spend, I have the perfect tool for you. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. So the interface is really easy to use. There's tons of different tools that can help consolidate your checking, savings, and loans, investments into one single dashboard. You receive real-time alerts from large transactions, upcoming bills, refunds, low balances. I mean, do you guys hear what I'm saying? It is like a full picture of what you are spending. So you can set budgets and goals, get personal insights and regular reports. All of us have like subscriptions we don't even know about. I have tons of them, and they're going to help you find and cancel the unwanted subscriptions. I can't even tell you how many times I've opened up my bank account and just saw like $4, $5, $6 stuff that I had no idea I was paying for, just like all kinds of stuff. So it's going to help you like reveal spending patterns and add some context to it. And if you have anything coming up, maybe you want to like plan for a vacation, summer travel, maybe you want to move or upgrade your furniture in your apartment, whatever it is you want to save money for, this is a great way to do it. And I think people are always looking for a real actionable tool to track their spending. So Rocket Money is the way to do that. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/GGE. That's rocketmoney.com/GGE, rocketmoney.com/GGE.
Okay, and if you are dealing with any sort of hair issue, whether it's thinning, excessive shedding, or you're postpartum, really anything that you feel like your hair is not what it used to be or what you want it to be, Nutrafol is the answer. We were just on Jackie Schimmel's podcast, Bitch Bible, talking about this, her 4.5 hairs, and she takes Nutrafol, we take Nutrafol. I've been taking it for years. I really rely on it. I take the women's formula, 4 capsules daily, and this really is the best out there. I mean, there are so many different products, quote unquote miracle products that you're probably being sold and advertised. And this is actually the one that works when it comes to your hair. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement. And it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. So used by the people that really know what's up. So it is not a one size fits all approach. There are multiple formulas for men and women tailored to different life stages like postpartum or menopause and lifestyle factors such as plant-based diet. So you get support that's actually right for you. And I mean, I can't imagine my life without it. I've been on this like hair journey. I'm going to like talk more about it because I just feel like I was having a meltdown at the beginning of the year and I feel like I've figured out a lot of the factors, but Nutrafol has always been there. And that's when I feel like my hair is like growing and strong and my nails are so long and strong. They're like insane. My nails are like the hard as nails. So really adding it to your daily routine is easy. You can order online. No prescription needed. And with the Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20% and get added perks to support your hair health journey. So we can't recommend this enough. Again, any hair issues, this is where I am directing you. Personally have used it for years, have it in my pill box marked by the day. So I never skip a day. Take it with me when I travel. It's going to come with me to Singapore, or it will have just. And so we can't recommend enough. You can let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code GGE10. That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code GGE10.
Okay, and what is one thing you could put into place this month that would make the rest of 2026 easier for your business? So as spring is approaching, if you want to do spring drops for your business, level up your marketing, tighten operation, Shopify helps you go from idea to execution to growth without losing your speed. So Shopify is the best place to start and grow a business just like ours. Ashley and I have used it exclusively for all of our Girls Gotta Eat merch and everything we do with Vibes Only since the beginning. It has truly helped us launch and grow the business. So Ashley and I know every single thing we're selling at all times. We can check our phones. The reporting is unbelievable. It tracks every product, it tracks inventory. We can initiate sales right from our phone, discount codes, everything. We have tons of users that can log in and manage the business with us. There are tons of ways on there. If you're like, I don't even know how to build a website and do this. They have all kinds of AI tools to help you with descriptions, with building the website. If you need to write product descriptions, Shopify can help you. If your photos look a little janky, Shopify will help you make it look like $1 million. It doesn't need to be perfect. And I think that truly this is what stops most people is thinking like, I don't know how to use these tools, but it couldn't be easier. There's tons of plugins. It makes payments really easy as well. We just love Shopify. So if you're hungry for a chance to start or grow your own business, it's time to take your ideas and head over to Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/GGE to get started today. And we promise you'll be so happy you did.
Okay, now let's get into it.
Okay, guys, we are really excited to welcome our guests today. They are the co-hosts of the Dating Detective podcast. They share gripping stories of scammers and con artists targeting vulnerable singles, as well as the horror stories of relationships of all kinds. Please welcome to the show private investigator Mackenzie Foltz and her co-host, writer, comedian, all around just great girl. I mean, I just want to hype her too. Hannah Anderson. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having me.
I'm an armchair sleuth.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think all women are detectives.
100%. I found a way to get paid for it.
You are living my dream. So let's hear a little bit about you each personally and also how you came together and started this podcast.
Okay.
We love the idea.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I actually got started as a private investigator because I was in college getting my criminal justice degree. I wanted to be on the SWAT team. My college professor said, you can't have your nails done. And I said, fine, I'll do my own thing and be a private dick. And because I was embarrassed and I was in a class of other 20-year-olds. And when you say the word dick, they laugh and it was fine.
Oh, you were doing a bit.
Kind of, I guess. Like I was like, I'm going to be funny. And he said, a private investigator, huh? You'll never make it in that industry because you're a girl and that's a man's industry. And I said, hide and watch. So then I went home, Googled it. I said, can you be a private investigator? How do I do that? And I went on the Google machine and told me all the answers. It said, do this, follow this step, get your background check, go to the FBI, get your fingerprint, all the things. So I did all the things. And before you know it, they sent me a license in the mail. And I said, I'll be darned.
And you're the best.
That's how it got started.
Wait, I'm doing this.
I never had a dream of being a private investigator because I was like, no, but how do you do? Like, that's not real. sure enough, it's real. And sure enough, I did it because he told me I couldn't.
And wouldn't you tell her
100%.
your secrets? Like if she came to your door and was like, "Oh my God, I thought this was I was trying to go to the house next door. Is your neighbor home? I'm so sorry. You'd be like, come on in. Like I can't imagine a PI not being
It's
like
called
a bubbly girl.
social engineering. And my college professor said, you'll never make it as a girl. And so I've always had this like lack of belief in my job.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, I shouldn't be here anyways. He said I shouldn't. But I get information so easily because
I can see that.
Imagine like a dude that's like ex-military, ex-FBI. He's got like a bald head and like flames tattooed on. He's
You don't
wearing a
look
leather
like-
jacket. Like
I'm turned on by this guy.
That's right.
Okay, so
That
he'd
is
be good
just
for you.
Are you trying to fuck me? This is my exact type. She's like, imagine this loser. I'm like, I am imagining it.
But you're so right. Like women want to open up to women and men want to open up to women too because they need a therapist.
Because they're like, oh, I
And
want to
they-
flirt with you.
Men want to give me information because they want to flirt with me. Women give me information because now I'm a girl's
They
girl.
feel
trust
safe.
me. They feel safe. And so I get better information. That's why they call me. If there's a man on a case, he'll call me and say, hey, I need a girl. I hate to say this, but I need a female. And I'll go do his case and get information. I can find people that don't want to be found because they tell me everything.
We're also just like wired better for this.
Yes,
like it's
honestly.
innate.
Yes.
I mean, we have to be.
Yeah,
It's
true.
a survival
True.
skill.
women do better research than the FBI already.
Yeah.
And like,
Exactly.
honestly,
But
Yes.
it's true. I mean, we are bred from like little girls to be safer in the world and to question things and to like hopefully
Question
trust your instincts. You're
everything.
right. I mean, we
Yes.
grow up hopefully being like this.
also is that as a private investigator, the more questions you ask, the more questions you have. Like the more answers you get, you just have more questions for everybody, and so you always have more questions to ask. And if you can have enough moxie to ask those questions,
Mhm.
you're going to get the answers. People are just afraid to ask the questions because they're afraid of looking stupid.
Okay.
Huh, okay.
But when that's your job, when this is paying your bills, I'll ask the questions. Pay me my money.
There are so many stories I feel like, especially ones that have been made into movies or television, that like this case that no man could solve. Like
Yeah.
the woman comes in and solves it.
Yes,
What's the one
Kate
thing?
Winslet
And it's like
or
the
whatever.
hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Mayor of Easttown. That feels like it, but maybe there's something else with Kate Winslet. It was kind of like a woman detective on the case.
Wasn't it? I'm trying.
I can't do the accent. It
And
was
now
like
they're
Billy.
doing a lot of female-led roles because,
Yeah.
like, and obviously this was 7 years ago that this professor told me. Like, this was back in the day when we're getting out of that like sexist mentality, but still, it happened, and now we see that. Yes, huh? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So Hannah, let's hear about your backstory.
Well, you're
how you guys
a
came
PI
together.
who's seen some shit, and I'm a single girl who's trying really hard not to. Like, I just want to learn as much as
Yeah.
I can from this show. But yeah, I think I was just complaining in stand up about my dating life on the internet.
Okay.
And then our producer, Molly, I was telling you before, her friend dated a guy who was sketchy. He was not on the internet because he claimed he coded himself off the internet, which I guess, men can do that,
Yeah.
apparently. And Molly was like, ask him why he's not on the internet. And so
Yeah.
her friend did. And then he left the state and blocked and deleted all their messages and was like, sorry, I have to ghost you now because they were on him. So you never really got to the bottom of that. Molly's over there. Well, she thinks he's a drug dealer.
A drug
but that
dealer,
was
okay.
the
Okay.
idea for like, there are more stories like this where it's not quite catfishing. We call it dog fishing.
Okay.
Where someone is who they say they are. Like you look like yourself and you are yourself. But
You're using your own pictures, but you're not.
But you have a
who
secret
you-
family.
Okay, I like this. A
Or-
little bit of an insult to dog, but we'll take it.
Okay.
I like the term. Azul,
No.
just don't hear.
Cats had to take it for
Where's
so
the
long.
You know how they
Where's
say,
Azul?
you know how a lot of women will say men are dogs.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's kind of, and it
It's
was like
such
the
an
opposite.
insult
We're
to
dog people, I
dogs.
swear.
No, I believe you.
And fish people. Nothing against them either.
Yeah.
Nothing against
But I
fish.
know what you're saying. It's not like criminal what they're doing. It's just bad.
It
Well, a
just
lot of
should
times it
be.
is criminal.
The secret family thing is so crazy to me. So like one of the questions I wrote down for you guys is like how easy or harder has it gotten in 2026 to like find out information about people on the internet or hide stuff? And like secret family seems pretty hard to like
would think.
conceal today. Don't you think?
Well, especially today with the internet. But that's why with the whole thing about, oh, they're not online. Some people aren't online because they know that if they are online, they're easily findable. But then other people are not online because they know how crazy online can be. So it's like Hannah and I think, look at it as a red flag. Like,
I
why aren't
do.
you online in today's day and age?
But we get pushback, and I do think it's generational. Or I don't know, like everybody.
Some people
I
like
know
not
is-
everybody wants to be online.
Right, but in
Right.
LA, everybody does. So I don't know anyone who's like, I don't want a public facing life, but I get that some people do. It's hard for me though. I'm like, if I can't find a friend of a friend
Right.
I don't even want to go on a date with you.
But I think
Like,
that's
don't even wanna
fair.
meet you.
I guess you're right. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily like second family, but it's totally fair to say like that makes me feel unsafe.
And
I'm
if
not
you're
doing
someone
that.
who says, I choose not to be online, it also opens doors for them to do things a little secretly because they're not easily findable. And it's like, oh, he's just not, he lives a private life or whatever. And not only he, it's she too, but we get a lot of females that come on. I think a lot of men just aren't comfortable sharing stories like that because they're supposed to be so masculine.
I also think women don't get caught as much.
100%.
I think
Which
they're doing
actually,
it.
in
We're just better at
surveillance
it.
on cheating cases, that's not true.
Well, because you get on the case and catch them, but the men can't catch them.
Yeah, that's true. Because guys are wired differently. They're like, oh, that didn't happen. All right, cool. Me, I'm a female and I have ADHD. Like, there's more to it.
As far as like how easy it's getting to hide things versus hard, like obviously I'm terrified of AI and like things like that. We just had an episode about the guest was talking about her grandpa who just like disappeared in the 50s. And then through genetic, like 23andMe, they were able to kind of find out that he didn't get murdered or whatever. Like he just moved to Florida and started another life. And she found a bunch of half grand like cousins. and things.
Yeah.
So we were just talking so much about how back then it's like you could just disappear and you could just like change your identity. It was very easy.
And no
for
one
him.
had the benefit of the internet
right
to find you.
But now, I mean, if you look, you'll find something. If you're going on dates and not Googling before, it's just research. You're not crazy.
So do you tell people if somebody isn't Googleable, I might not go?
I would never trust anybody that I can't find on the Google machine.
I also want to clarify when you guys say online, like, do you just mean social media or you mean like you can't find them? Because I can understand guys that don't want to do social media. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
But I also, it's interesting because I feel like the guys that say they don't, usually you can sometimes put something together. Like you don't have to be super active, but
Right.
when you guys mean online, do you mean like there's no LinkedIn? There's like literally
No
nothing.
internet footprint.
Everyone is getting mail somewhere,
Okay.
whether it's from a collections agency or a telemark, like whatever, advertisements, whatever. Someone is getting mail somewhere. Your name is going to be attached to some address somewhere. It's somewhere in the world.
Mhm.
And if I can't find that, your name is not real. You don't exist.
Do you want to talk about like
Got it.
tips for searching, like running?
Don't stop
phone
at page
numbers?
one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I feel like when you're trying to find someone, you don't have to do a full-blown background check on someone, right? Because sometimes you're not going to find, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You have to know every county they've ever lived in, every state they've ever, it's wild. It can get super expensive. But the Google machine, I'm telling you, is a big, big tool for you to use. So if you type in someone's name and you put it in quotes on the Google machine, it'll tell it only look for this combination in this order with a space in between of this person.
Great.
So you type in the information that you know on the Google machine, like you can type in Adam White in quotes or whoever.
Okay.
And then you can also put another word that says doctor in quotes. And so it's looking for those specific two words together in a search.
Okay.
And so you can find that. But if you don't find anything on page one, go to page two. It'll take you to page 67, 294, and you just keep going.
Mhm.
You're going to find something. And if you don't, that person does not exist. That's not real. And so if it's not finding those together, or it'll say, hey, we found Adam White, but we didn't find doctor. So now you know, okay, there's no one by this name that's a doctor.
Well, doctor is really interesting because that person would have had to go to a lot of schooling. So if there are,
Exactly.
and school records should be available, correct?
Yes.
Like if you graduated from a university, that would be public knowledge.
And if it's something that's not public, something like that, where other people were like you're not the only one who graduated, someone in your graduating class has posted something about graduating that's going to lead to something that has your name in it. So if you say, hey, I graduated from XYZ University, here's my graduating class and here's my whatever, it's going to lead to you because you're part of it.
Do we sound crazy?
No, this is great.
No,
This is fascinating.
and so
Okay,
that's
good.
a lot of how I find information is just not from what they post, but from what someone else
Totally.
has posted that links to them, or even if they don't know the person, they're part of
Tagged
that.
photos, guys.
I
Yeah,
mean,
tag photos,
you'd be
Facebook, there's
surprised
usually
how
a
many people don't know
Facebook
that. Like
something.
tagged photos.
true.
Most of my girlfriends are like, I can't tell how tall he is. So I'm like, go to the
Wait,
tag
I was
photos.
thinking I have okay, tagged photos compare next to friends. Speaking of school though, my go-to is if they did a sport or something, you can find their
The
team
alumni
roster,
volleyball team or whatever.
and
Yes.
it has their weight and their height and it's accurate, so
And
you
what
can
position they play.
cross-reference.
I had a guy, we were talking about this on our show. I had this guy who told me that he got hurt playing hockey for West Point. And I looked it up on I looked up West Point. He didn't play for West Point.
Did you ever meet him?
No, I met him. I was currently dating him, and he had told me a bunch of things about his life. And a friend of his was like, "This thing isn't true," which meant that 4 other things weren't true. And I just looked it up, and it just wasn't the case. He was so stupid to tell me a university name. Like I
Totally.
couldn't just Google
And
that.
that's called dog fishing.
Yeah.
What
He lied.
happened when you confronted him?
He freaked out.
Of course he did.
He turned it around on me. But
You're
it hap-
crazy. How
You're
could-
crazy.
Yeah.
And the reason I found this stuff out was a couple of his friends had told me, and he also was like, "Fuck them," and those girls are bitches. They're liars. I mean, the anger was extreme and swift, and
Sure.
it like scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, thankfully nothing bad happened to me, but the deflection was so intense and so swift.
Do you know what DARVO stands for?
No.
Deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender.
We talk about that a lot on the Dating Detective.
And
My
that's
wife
what
would have like
happened.
chills.
I know.
That's what happened.
So this
to
is their
you.
strategy.
Yeah.
What, deny, attack, reverse.
victim, and offender.
Okay.
Yep. And so it's a big thing.
So also, if you went to West Point, I do think at the time you had to serve in the military after, and he told me that he had served in the military. Also, there was no records of this. So
which, if someone's in the military, you're going to find them. And that's just like you said with something as simple as a phone number. We advertise also on the Dating Detectives with the like
We're like,
data
this is how to
brokers.
find information. And also, if you want to get yours off, use Delete Me. It helps you get like your
Yeah,
phone number and
so there's
address off.
programs that actually find data brokers where they collect public information. So even if you don't know specifically what county someone lives in, let's say you give me your phone number, like, hey, you're a nice looking girl, I want to give you my phone number, whatever. I can plug that phone number into Google, and the data brokers collect all this information. So I can take that phone number, put it into Google, and it'll connect me to whatever other data brokers have connected. So that's connected to an address that you've registered with the phone company. That's connected to all these, a ticket that you got in 2017 from running a red light or running a stop sign or whatever. All these things are going to be collected by these data brokers, and sometimes they'll charge you like $1 or $2 to get information.
Okay.
You plug that phone number in, and it's going to give you a list of a zillion. But if you find, it'll show you a data broker that says, "Hey, I'll charge you $1." You find this, then you connect it to a name. Then it'll ask you, "Hey, you can pay another $1 to get more information."
Wow.
It's cheap enough where it's
Cheap.
like worth the.
It is cheap.
You don't have to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a background check. You just don't.
But I want to rewind to something that you guys said, and I like, so the got people to our audience is like, okay, this is a tell. So when somebody starts to flip out on you immediately because you figured out a lie, you're like, you are lying.
Okay, so I've been a PI for 20 years now. Okay, so you kind of, there's a vibe that you start to get. So what I've learned in my experience is that the greater the lie, the greater the defense. And
Okay.
so if it's a bit like if you're first date, you find out someone's married, you're like, what the hell? Like, why would you even bring me here? Like, why would you even try like this? You have the right to get mad, whatever. And they might be like, oh crap, you know, but if you're years into a relationship and then you find they're married, like they're going to be even angrier because now they're losing the plot. So they're
Yeah.
going to get mad and they're going to deflect.
We've
greater.
heard some crazy excuses. One guy was having an affair. It's so bad. He was having an affair with his wife's mom.
Oh my God.
And she found out and she confronted him. And his immediate, like his first thing was like, well, I just don't like how you load the dishwasher. And
What?
like that was his first.
Psycho.
Who do you think taught her how to load that
Yeah,
dishwasher?
for real.
Exactly.
How does the
going
mom
on?
do
That's
it?
what we said.
Isn't
And
that
so
crazy?
It's
Yeah.
wild, but not everybody responds the same. And so just like you watch a lot of true crime and you see, oh, well, they called 911, but he wasn't breathing heavy enough to really show concern. And it's like, how can you really tell? So if you think like someone's going to respond the way you would, that might not be true. And so we have to honor that not everybody's going to respond. Some people respond with laughter. Some people respond with like fear and deflection. But I feel like that's where we say, trust your
I do think
femtuition.
deflection comes up a lot.
Yeah.
deflection?
It's
Yeah.
manipulation. You're making yourself the victim. It's Darvo. You're making yourself the victim so that you're not the perpetrator. And so that's totally Darvo right
If you
there.
walk out feeling guilty after bringing a valid concern to your partner, that's something to clock. Because it's like,
100%.
wait, did I do something wrong? Like that.
Yeah. Okay, Mackenzie, what are you doing day to day mostly? Like, what are people coming to you the most with? This is just me interviewing.
You're like, how do you do that? What's
Can I
your
come on
morning
a
routine
case?
like?
I'm just trying to find my new career. Walk me through it.
How do you make your coffee?
Are you hiring?
So actually, I do a lot of insurance fraud. So you know how people get into like a car accident and they're like, oh, I've hurt my neck so badly. And then they're like, I can't play racquetball anymore.
Wait, I'm
dying.
obsessed. Okay, so you go
And
spy
so
on them and
then
make
you
sure
go
they're
watch
at the
them.
gym?
Yeah. And
Ashley's going to quit this podcast.
Just get your license before you start doing it, though.
Of course.
Because you know how, have you seen
been
those
warned.
commercials?
No, she won't.
Do you have
I
those
will.
commercials here in California?
great
Like,
at
I know they're in Florida and it's like, been in a car
Yes.
accident, call 1-800-SCREW-EVERYBODY or whatever it's called. And then you call, it's an attorney and they're like, you got in an accident? Okay,
Yeah,
you want to
of
put
course.
on a neck brace and make sure you're doing all the right things, talk to the doctor. And they're coaching you to make sure that you're appearing injured. So you're being coached by these attorneys because now they're going to sue, get a whole bunch of money. So as people are seeing dollar signs, they want money.
Okay.
And so now you gotta realize that this is affecting us as people who are required to have, like, let's say car insurance.
Yeah, of course.
Or like employers who have workers' comp insurance, and now they're defrauding these people, right? So they're saying, oh, I can't move my neck, and then you catch them playing racquetball, and you're just sitting in your car at the racquetball court just videotaping the whole
Do you roll
thing.
up on people like playing sport?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
She followed someone through like a Busch Gardens once.
This is my dream.
Yeah.
She had to go to Busch Gardens for work.
Well, this woman had claimed
Raina, I'm quitting today. I
know you are.
This is my new.
I'm way too lazy to do
both.
this.
You can do both.
I have
I will.
followed people into Disney, into Busch Gardens, and they say, I can't spend time with my child anymore. And they go, and you're like getting them, I'm videotaping them on a roller coaster.
Their necks going like this.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all know how rough roller coasters are on the back. And then the day before, the day after, they'll show up with a neck brace and be like, I just can't move. And then they'll get in their car and like take it off. Or,
Getting in the car and taking it off. If I caught that, oh my God.
dude,
I'm like
I've
wet thinking
pregnancy
about
bellies.
it.
so many times, and you
why
never
people get
find
caught.
the best information from the actual target. You find the best information from who the target is connected to.
Okay.
Just like looking online and trying to find someone.
Wait,
and you
that's
can't
such a
find
good
them.
point, though. If you're dating somebody, it's like, we'll see who's in their life and ask those people.
Where's their mom? Where's their dad?
Where's their
Where's
mom?
their
Yeah.
family? And if they say I have zero family whatsoever, then who are they friends with? Who do they work with? Who are their associates? That's why when you pull a background report or just a regular comprehensive report of this person, it'll show known associates. Who do they live next to? Who's associated with them in their HOA, at their current bingo home?
Who lives at
whatever.
their home that they failed to mention?
Yeah, who
tied
else
to that
is-
address?
No, it's
Right.
true. Who else is getting
Who else
mail at
tied to
their
that address? That's so like, okay, let me ask you guys, what do you think are some like red flags or even like pink flags that you think people miss in dating? So like somebody has said this to you and you have not taken just the necessary steps to look into this.
I've definitely got some that I was thinking about through
No
our
family
episodes.
and no friends.
Yeah, no family, no friends.
Yeah.
Definitely red flag. And yeah, community in general, if they're trying to isolate you from your community.
Yeah.
Huge sign of abuse. Just like, that's my only advice for protecting yourself. My only true advice that I feel like is foolproof is like, if you have people around you that you can go to and help you, that's going to be your saving grace when you get into tough stuff. Because
Yeah.
you're not like, the smartest people get betrayed and
Totally.
duped and cheated on. Like, it's not about you being an
Totally.
idiot.
But when people have
No.
the potential for love, it's exciting. And when you see someone, you're like, oh, I really like this guy and he's so hot. And you get into this mindset of like what the potential is. And you're kind of like blinded by this love fog and then they're love bombing and they're telling you all the right
Yeah.
things and it's unmet needs, right? So you're single for a while or whatever and it's like, oh, he touches me so nice, or and so we let ourselves, I think, be blind to some things that may not
Totally.
be true because we see all the good things and we're like, oh, maybe I can let that go.
And also you're like, I mean, is this a red flag? Is this a pink flag? Are people just,
Yeah.
I have to let people kind of be who they are. Like
Yeah.
there's probably red flags about me. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person,
See, but for,
you know?
for someone like me,
But you're not
and
dishonest.
this is probably because I've been a PI for so long and I just don't trust anybody. But for me, it's like, I just don't trust you. Like if you say, oh, I go to church every Sunday, I'm like, no, you don't. Come on, stop. and I want to see it. Like I want to go through I want to see, have
Roll
you
up
been
at that
involved in the
church.
church? Can anybody vouch for you? Who's your community? Has anybody tagged you in a
You
photo
show
at
up
this
in the
church?
choir.
Like, right? And so that's
no
me.
community feels like a huge one to
Yeah.
me. Like
I
it's
do
just,
think
yeah,
so.
there's nobody to hold you accountable or vouch for this information.
And
for
can I
me.
say also, we're not talking about like people who are just like, I have no friends. Like a lot of times it's somebody that's like, oh, I just moved to the city. I don't know anyone in this city.
Well, where did you
Like,
come
they
from?
have a
Oh, I
good
didn't have any
story
friends there
for it.
either.
Do you guys watch Love is Blind?
Yeah.
So this story with Alex, who now it's a little bit dated, but
Yeah.
he's just, the dots are not connecting. I mean, he's a pathological liar
Is this
or
the one
worse.
that's like, I don't live in
The
one place?
soccer guy, yes.
Yeah.
I want to think like all women are intelligent enough to be like, these dots are not connecting. Like the timelines aren't matching
Right.
up. And then you pull the thread a little bit and then none of it matches up.
She kept saying these timelines don't match up. And the guy that I told you guys about, the West Point guy, he had told me he lived in all these places. And I kept saying these timelines sound really weird to me. They
Yeah.
don't align with where you say you lived.
That's
And
another good red
so
flag.
so that's another one, right? So
Yeah.
like timelines just seem like they don't match
So that's
up.
called pattern connection also. It's very big with people with ADHD, but also mostly with women. where you can like you'll hear something and it won't mean anything to you. You'll be like, oh,
In the
that's
moment.
nothing in the moment.
Okay.
And I'm someone who I'll forget everything until I hear something contradictory later, and then I'll be like, wait a minute, that ain't right. That don't that one of these things is not.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't go. And then now you've connected two dots. Two things is a pattern, right? So then you're waiting for the third one. What's the other one that doesn't align? And the third one is either going to connect with one or the other. And then you're going to start to see a pattern of like which one of these makes more sense, which one is leading more towards one or the other. And women do that. And that's why women are more prone to be overthinking, because we connect patterns more. Where dudes are like, hey man, like it's fine.
Women do that, and then they talk themselves out of it.
I just
because
can't
they're like,
even-
we're crazy.
Yeah.
We're overthinking in a bad way.
Well, I mean, we asked our audience, we will get into them, but like so many for stories that seemed a little crazy, ghosting stories, catfishing stories, and so many of them said like, this seemed weird, but I ignored it. This, and like a lot of them were like, we never stayed at his place. We stayed at hotels.
Oh, that's a good one too. Okay, so I see what you're saying now. So yes, you're not allowed in their community, or they always want to go with your friends, but never want to invite you with theirs. Or
something always comes up, even if they make plans for it. Like,
Yeah,
there's always a
something-
flaky last minute.
Yes.
or my ex is crazy.
Yeah, that's a
Anytime
big
they
one.
say my ex is crazy, it's no, she's not. Like,
There's
let me
a
talk
way
to
to
her.
you can have a crazy ex and talk about it and introduce it in a way that's not a red flag. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she is crazy. I mean, that's a red flag to
Right.
me when somebody says
Yeah.
that. It's a more loaded thing to me. Give me background. Explain to me. Help me understand
There's a way
what
to
happened here.
communicate it that's like respectful without being
Right.
like,
And I mean, we all have one kind of crazy ex.
No, it's true.
But,
and that's
yeah.
why when I get a case, like a cheating case where they say she's just crazy, I want to know more, because
Right.
I feel like most people in my experience, especially with men, when they talk about her being crazy, they're ashamed of it. That's not something they want to share, because they're like, she was crazy. And that embarrasses men, because they're wired a little bit differently. They have a greater sense of pride. And so when he says she's crazy,
like to.
it's like, if she really was crazy, most men, and obviously not for everybody, but most men would be more ashamed to talk about that and kind of keep that to themselves.
Interesting. Yeah.
Whereas if they say she's crazy, she's crazy, she's crazy, now they're trying to
Oh.
give you a narrative that they want you to believe.
that's such a good point.
That really is.
They want to make themselves be the better guy, be not the bad guy.
Yeah, we had one person on this podcast that said every ex of his was a narcissist, and we're like, no, they weren't. Let's dive into that.
No,
And
they
it was
didn't.
like
Stop.
not a
No, they
great guy, but like
Yeah.
I love what you're saying. Of it's like deeper than that. Like we kind of brush that off, like, oh, my ex was crazy, but it's like, why are you sharing this? Like
Yeah.
a more stable, honest guy wouldn't say that.
Most men are ashamed if their ex is crazy, because then they feel like they got duped. Men are usually wired to feel more superior, because it's just nature. That's what they're wired
That's
to feel.
interesting.
And so when they say my ex is crazy and they're willing to admit that, it's like,
It's the delivery. Like it
It's the
could
delivery.
be like, listen, I did date this crazy woman and she stole from me. She did this, she did that. But the delivery is not this like, can you believe? Like, I think
Right.
you're
It's
so
like,
right.
there's like a sexist undertone to
Yeah.
it too.
And there's no ownership. There's
No.
like, I didn't do
Exactly.
anything here. She's just nuts.
because they want to look better for you. But if you talk to anybody who says, why aren't you with your ex anymore? I feel like maybe she had they'll tone it down a little bit so that they don't look as stupid
Yeah.
for not seeing the signs.
And
then most people will be more ashamed of that. And then they'll say, but I also kind of did. The people that are willing to admit what they did wrong, that's a sign of intelligence.
Yes,
Emotional
totally.
intelligence or otherwise. And it shows that they're willing to take accountability, and that's a good thing. But people that are lying, they'll be like, it wasn't my fault.
Well, I feel like that about cheating. I feel like I don't subscribe to once a cheater, always a cheater. And
Neither
I
do
think
I
that
either.
when somebody
Believe it or not,
says
we
that
don't.
to you, it's, how do they speak about it? How do they explain the situation? Their role in it, their
There's different
participation,
types of cheating.
yeah, how they would change. Like cheating's not great. Was it one time you were drunk, you were in college, or was this a long time affair with their best friend? Different
Yeah.
things.
I
And
completely
even
agree.
if
Totally.
it was something as bad as that, it's like people that are willing to admit that and say, hey, I did this really bad thing, and like I'm not happy about it, but I just want to share with you that this is my experience. And then it's up to you to decide whether you want to pursue that or not. But at the end of the day, I feel like that honesty, it just it creates a safer place, in my opinion, to say, okay, this person makes mistakes, which we all do. And then we can look back and reflect on our own self that we've made mistakes, and decide whether or not that's something you want to pursue.
That's so true. If somebody's willing to tell you, is actually probably open to having the conversation. Oh,
'Cause
you
that's
don't agree.
embarrassing and
Okay,
shameful.
what's your thought?
I don't disagree. This is not groundbreaking, but I do think it's very important to build ourselves up in our confidence and our intuition and really understand ourselves, because I've also seen where someone shares that they cheated in the past or did something bad in the
Because
past.
they want you to
Because
be
they
better.
want to see what you'll tolerate. So if they're like, oh, you know that I cheated, and you're like, okay, I understand.
It's a great call. You
you're
could be
very
gauging the
honest.
reaction.
I love that you're being honest with me. And then they do it
But
again.
then if they have a history, but then
I'm not saying that's going to happen.
I love your take, and this
Yeah,
is
I love it
it's-
too.
that's
just
it's
something to think
true.
about.
And if you think about that, if they'll do that one time, then they're going to try it again. And the
They
more
might.
the
They
more
might
they
not.
start to tell you more things, then it's like, okay. And then when the behavior starts aligning with something, then you can start to piece those together.
I think it's just where
interesting.
your
Yes.
intuition has to come into
Yeah.
play. Like you,
You'll film
at the end of the day. Yeah, we call it femtuition.
Yeah, I could talk about this forever. It's interesting. It's like when a guy, for example, shares this with you, what's going on in the back of his head?
Yeah, what's the narrative?
It's like,
that
is she
they're
is she
trying to
okay
tell?
with it? You knew I cheated. You knew I had it in me.
Right,
You know,
like the guys that are like, you don't want to get involved with me.
that's the biggest red
I'm a
flag.
bad guy. It's like, and then they do it and they tell you,
No,
well, I told
if a guy says that, fucking
Yeah,
run.
right.
I don't deserve you, or I'm like a bad guy. They're telling you to run. They're telling
like,
you,
they're not the
literally-
90s.
and you can only blame yourself.
The thing
Cool.
where they're seeing if you'll tolerate it, and if you will, they're like, well, I told you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And then
but-
you feel guilty.
But a lot of the times on the dating detectives, anyways, we talk a lot with people that have been in these long-term relationships and ultimately get scammed after a period of time.
Okay.
And then they look back on those first dates and then they reflect on
Yeah.
because hindsight's always 20/20.
Right.
And then they look at, oh my gosh, he said this to me and I thought it was weird, but I didn't.
But
follow
so
through.
you're saying you hear it once, you don't clock it. You hear it
Yeah.
a second time, then you start to clock it.
And then it's like once you get to know this person and then you start to see the kind of things that are manipulative and that whatever he told you in the beginning is always in the back of your head, but you don't realize it until you piece it. But then by this time you already love this person.
right.
I
Hard
don't
to
know.
leave.
I am on high alert all
Yeah,
the
good.
time.
Same.
Yeah.
I just don't know anything that seems sus. Like I just
Same.
because I
Not
just
worth it.
but I get it. I get when people really want love, and this is how the Catfish it all started. You know, people want to ignore all these things because they want to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a sadness to that. And there's also a line. There's also a line where it's like you know, a few things, not letting it bother you, but that when it goes on and on and on. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
do you have people say to you, so like, I mean, this reminds me of Dirty John, which is like my favorite
Of course.
podcast and
We
show.
had
We had Tara Newell on our podcast.
Oh my God,
I
I
love
love
her.
her. So
I
she's
don't
the
know.
daughter
I
that
wasn't
killed
cool.
him, right?
Yes.
So-
queen.
In self-defense.
But everybody in Connie Britton, is that a
Connie
Connie Britton, yeah.
We've seen her a lot on air.
We see her all the
We see her
time.
all the time.
She's like the
She's always on
mom.
our Delta
She
flight.
plays all the
She's
mom.
so
Oh,
pretty.
you
And
actually
she was-
see her. I thought you meant you
I've seen her
just
5
watched
times. No, she was
We're
a
at
Salty
this-
Girl. She was at the Obama thing. We've seen her so many times.
She's our
Connie?
number one celeb we see. And
Yeah, all the
her
time.
and Adam Sandler.
I like her.
Stop! I
But,
haven't
like,
seen him yet.
I see him all the time.
Adam
Okay.
Sandler did this to me at the film
That's
festival.
so cool. So that is a true story. If you guys listen to the story, it's a podcast. It's great. But everybody in this woman's life, including her children, her mother, hated this man after a while. And
Yeah.
do you see people just ignoring the fact
Yes.
that everybody around them is like screaming at them like this is a bad situation?
We talk about that a lot on the dating detectives.
Of
We
course.
talk about how and people look back on it and they say, "Oh my gosh, they tried to tell me." But then we talk about like when the more you tell someone it's a bad guy run, it's a bad guy run, it's a bad guy run, the more they are like, "No." And so it's like
People
the way
push back on it.
They push back because it's like in nature, like you want to do the opposite.
It also gives that partner ammunition to say they don't want what's best for you. They don't want you to be happy.
Right.
It's us
turn-
against the
it's us turning you
world
against
kind of
each other.
thing.
Yeah.
Like
So, I mean, and that's not to say
They're
I
trying
think
to destroy us. They just
Yes.
don't, yeah. They don't want what's best for you.
It's a hard thing because we've all been there where we hate who someone's dating.
We've all been there with a friend where we hate the partner and like the friendship ends.
Yeah. And I try, my like tactic is like one conversation about it. Like you can say like, are you good? I'm just noticing these things.
yes,
It might not go well. They might be like, what are you talking about? Oh my God, I love him. He's perfect. Stop. And then I think you do have to let them come to you, but you have to keep showing them that you're there. I literally just say the advice is like send them memes all the time. Like just keep them in
Letting
your
them
thoughts
know.
and prayers. Like
Yes.
just like
Let them know that they're not isolated because
Repeatedly-
people like that
Yeah.
seek to isolate
or
you.
send them like a podcast that you listen to like that or something like passive aggressive. Just like make it very clear that you are the person.
yeah, send him this episode.
Send them this episode.
We had
yeah,
there was
there's-
one episode that we had on the dating detectives that was it was a woman that was being manipulated and her friends were trying to tell her and there was one friend who never said anything. They were just like, "Hey, I'm here for you." it seems like you could be going through a lot. I'm not really sure. You don't have to talk about it, but I'm here. And then ultimately, after a couple years, that was the friend that she went to whenever she knew she had to get out.
Also, okay, this was good too. I forgot.
You need that friend.
She also did a thing that I have learned through this show. Like when you're finding out that somebody's cheated on you or betrayed you, you kind of feel completely out of control because your life is like a lie.
And you feel ashamed that that's happened.
Yeah. And if your friend is like, you need to leave him, like that's also not in your control. This friend specifically, he was switching her birth control with drugs. It was a whole thing.
Oh my God.
And this friend happened to be a pharmacist, but rather than being like, you're getting drugged, blah, blah, blah. She was like, let's do a test on the birth control. Like she like kind of gently guided her through like, are you comfortable doing that? Like let her have the control through that process, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that's so much nicer for somebody who's lost all control.
Kind of like how law enforcement comes to you and they say, hey, we just want to question you. We don't think anything is wrong. We just want to make sure. We just got to eliminate everybody. You know how we got to do it. Yeah. And then they find the ultimate clue, a clue. And so then they get all excited. But really, it was just to eliminate you. And so it's kind of like that. Like, hey, let's just
be gentle.
This and just, you're not accusing, just making sure it wasn't that.
Totally. That's the right tone.
But it's hard because you want to slap them across the face sometimes.
What do you feel is the best way to support someone in an abusive relationship? You know it's abusive.
Well, abusive is different to me than my friend is just dating somebody I don't like who's not good enough for them that they complain about all the time. If somebody that we know is unsafe to us, that's like a different situation. But like I have certainly dealt with quite a few girlfriends that have just dated guys that treated them like shit. Yeah. And I constantly had to hear about it.
Lying and all. Yeah,
lying and manipulating them. And then there's only so many times that I can like comfort you and ask you why you're with him and be like, I can't believe it, until I'm like, I can believe it. I've listened to this story 15 times. Like you need to sack up or stop telling me about this.
Well, we had a friend like that and she kind of stopped telling us about him and it was better that way, you know, like, or just less. Cause it's like, you are sucking all my time and energy to talk about this terrible guy when you know better.
And you're
like,
gonna stay.
But then it's weird because it's like, do you push your friend away because they know they can't talk to you about their relationship? Right. I think it's tricky. You have to find your boundary.
Hey, memes are a nice way to keep a friend without having to hang out with them a lot and remind them that you love them.
Yeah.
I'm genuine about
it's
this.
The person really that you see
silly things.
Yeah, it's the person that you hear a lot from that's not giving you a lot of shit for the relationship you're in. I feel like most of the time when you're in a relationship with someone that's just not great, and everybody around you is kind of telling you're already ashamed of it. You already know. Sure. But also, how do you leave? And I was just talking to Molly about this. I was saying, as someone who like didn't have a lot of self-love, especially almost 200 pounds ago, like I didn't have a lot of self-love and I would settle for anything. I would stay in a relationship just because I was like, well, I'm never going to find anyone else. Mm-hmm. And so when you don't love yourself the way that you should, because you don't know your worth, then it's like, well, I'm not going to leave this guy. I'm still ashamed of it, but I'm not going to leave.
Yeah, sure.
So you still want your friends there and so it's really hard.
I know what you're saying. I mean, because I've dealt with this so much with so many of my girlfriends, I've gotten better at it. And I've just said like, I love you and I hate watching you be treated like this. I hate hearing about it. That doesn't mean that you can't tell me, but like my advice is not going to change at this point. Yeah. So you have heard everything I'm going to say about this. Right. I truly cannot believe that this is happening. I love you. I feel for you, but like, I think you need to talk to a therapist or something. I've said all that I'm going to say.
And then it's up to you to either be there and support them and let them be a grown up and continue it. And then when people are ready, they'll know. When people are ready, when they've had enough, they'll know.
Yeah. They have to get there themselves.
They have to get there themselves. And it has to be their idea.
100%. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of the things on the internet, like these "Are we dating the same guy?" groups. I mean, we want to hear your take on them, and like just in general, like has the social media and all the tools we have made things? I don't know. Are people deceiving people more or less? Like,
are people now way too picky?
And have we overcorrected, or are we looking for too many signs? Like, we just kind of talk about the state of the world with this stuff.
It seems like there's so many ways to figure this stuff out today, which is great. You know, I mean, there's just so many ways.
There's also more ways to cat/dogfish people.
I love the "Are we dating the same guy?"
Okay, so let's talk about them.
I mean, obviously, everything, like nothing is perfect. There are people who can go in and drag someone, but it's like, in the name of the greater good, like they've done so much good. We've definitely had tons of people talk about finding out about someone. Yeah. Like I'm in the LA one. It is like pretty saturated. Like I think it would be hard to find. Like
I don't know how
there's
people
new
find
ones
people
all the time. I think it's like your friend sees it, or you like type in a name kind of thing.
Okay.
Or just like, I don't know, God's on your side and you happen to look on the right day. I don't know. But people have definitely found like
A lot.
sketchy stuff on there. And I'm glad that there's a little resource for it.
Yeah. We always say you need to be discerning, and it's just some people just have bad dates and some people don't vibe, and then they feel rejected and they want to get in there and
Everything with a grain of salt.
you know, ruin someone's life. But yeah, I think it's important for just like, this guy's a family, or this guy's dating all of us right now.
Well, exactly. It's such a good way to connect with all of the other women.
100%.
We've had
bonded for life.
my favorite episodes are when like two girls come on and they're like, yeah, we were both dating the same man
Love
for
it.
years.
And now we're best friends.
We're best friends.
Yes.
Because they always have good taste, weirdly.
We have the same taste. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing.
And do you guys think it's easier or harder in like 2026 to be a dishonest, deceitful person? I mean, I guess it sounds like it's harder because there's more ways to find people, but is it like more ways to
lie,
Yeah, I don't
credit card
know.
fraud.
Yeah, it depends. I think like having a full affair for years of your life is harder because I don't know, we're just like more online. But
Right.
the tools are like, I'm thinking about AI, where we've had some people who use AI
gosh,
to like
right.
find information about like a court case or something that they're verifying, and it's like Google didn't find it, versus the person who uses it to create a fake life.
I feel like along the lines of this question, it is twofold. And I've done an investigation on both sides. So one is like, okay, first of all, never trust a screenshot. Those can be edited, altered. ChatGPT
Go off,
can
Queen. I got
create.
scammed that time with those
Don't. If he says no, I wasn't. Here's a screenshot.
And there's
It's
too
not-
many ways.
Stop
Years
it.
ago, when people would say like it's Photoshop, no, it wasn't. Nobody knew how to use Photoshop.
Yeah.
Canva, a 3-year-old could use Canva.
And
Oh my
also, you
God.
can change the date on, like, you know how pictures have dates, you can change those.
You can,
2 seconds.
literally, and then you can delete messages and make it change the whole narrative of the
100%.
conversation. So that's one thing, right? And so it's like, well, anybody can lie to you with a picture. They can say, oh, look, I was here. I can go to ChatGPT right now and say, put me in front of the Eiffel Tower. And I'll be like, I was in
100%,
Paris.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's that. But there's also people that want to appear to be a victim. And so they will say, look what this person did to me. Look at this picture, or look at and so they are using the AI to make themselves look like the victim.
Oh, God.
As opposed to making themselves seem, you know, like they're the bad guy or whatever. They can use it to make someone look bad. So that's why the are we dating the same guy and the internet is great, but also people could use it, they could abuse it in a way that's trying to portray someone poorly because they are mad at them, or they're trying to get, you know, revenge.
We're the single ones here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Makes it fun, right?
Can't trust anything. AI.
I mean, I think I'm a good sleuth. I always look people up.
I like to
and
think so.
I really, it's pretty important to me to like have somebody in common with somebody
I
that I go out
completely
with.
agree.
Like
Yeah.
it's really important to me that I know like, and I'm not saying dating apps are great. It's an avenue to meeting more people, but yeah, I like to have one connection that knows
And I'm
this
shameless
person.
about it. I'll reach out. Even if it's
No,
like
I
someone
always reach
barely-
out.
Yeah, I do. And
I
I'm
met
like,
this guy
"You know
on
this guy?"
Field, which is like a sex app.
I
and
know Field.
I saw that our friend Taylor had a mutual friend with him,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
reached out to her, and she gave me some info about him.
And we want to get into some actual real life scenarios, but I do think like overall, I just think this main thing is these people's circle, like the people they surround themselves with. I think not everybody has to have a ton of friends. Some people are more loners.
It's,
or some people,
it's too small of a world.
Yeah.
Like
but
you know what I
it
mean?
seems like that's the thing to pay the most
In
attention
person.
to.
Absolutely.
And then if all of this dude's friends are terrible, like he is terrible, probably.
You are the
know,
company you keep. It's
yeah,
true.
exactly.
And if
So-
they're texting their friends all the time, but you haven't met them in person,
Yeah.
that does not count as them having a community. Like we've had a guy that he was texting his best friend all the time. He was his best friend.
Mhm.
Like,
he was texting
he was
himself,
just-
creating
Oh,
these
no,
conversations.
Sweet
He was
Bobby. Are you
catfishing
guys
as his-
obsessed with Sweet Bobby? Do you guys not
What's
know
what
about
was
Sweet
that?
Bobby?
I remember the name.
feel like
Oh,
I
it's that, guys.
Wait,
I mean,
what
it
is it?
was a Catfish podcast about
Oh, yes.
this Indian community in the UK, and he had
You guys.
her. I don't want to tell you. It's
Okay.
years old. Who had the Catfish had created a huge network of people
Yes. Oh
around
my God, that
them,
one was
like
crazy.
15 people, Facebook profiles and phone numbers and everything to text this girl to keep
And it
this
was
catfish
him.
going on. It was all the same person. It was a woman.
I think we've had an episode like that.
We've definitely
Something
had
similar.
people
You guys
for
got to
sure.
watch that one. It's an easy, quick watch.
Oh, it's a watch now. You can watch it.
good.
I think Netflix made like an hour-long documentary.
So let's talk about some real life unsolved mysteries. And again, some of this is just like for fun and see if our audience relates
Yeah.
to it. Cause you guys, I mean, we can't solve these on the spot, but we have one that happened to a friend of ours, and this like lives rent free in my head. Maybe you can recap it. This is it's from a man.
It's from a man, actually, and something that happened to him. So a friend of mine, he met this girl on an app in New York, and she was in town for a few days, but they'd been talking for a few days. They had made tentative plans to meet up that evening, and they were messaging each other. And he had said, I think I have this dinner. It'll be over around 10. That might be a little late for you to meet. And she was like, let me know when you're done with the dinner. So he texts her, I'm done with the dinner. Are you still down to meet? And she's like, yeah, why don't we meet at my hotel? It's near his apartment. She's like, I'm staying upstairs. There's a great bar in the lobby. And he's like, okay, great. I can be there in 20 minutes. And she was like, great. And she said, let me know if you grab a table if you grab seats at the bar or a table in the bar area. There's a couple places to sit. Just let me know when you get here. He texts her, I'm here. This will be important later. He sees actually other friends of ours in the lobby by the elevators when he walks in. He goes into the bar. He texts her, I'm downstairs. She's like, okay, I'm finishing getting ready. He was like, let me order you a drink. What can I get for you? She says a gin martini. And he orders her a drink. And she says, I'm on my way. I'm about to get into the elevator. Never comes down.
What?
Never comes downstairs.
What?
Never responds to him.
What?
Just goes.
Never says anything. So he goes out to see like what happened. Cause I'm like, obviously.
She's fallen down.
So I will say I've seen his dating apps. The photos look exactly like
you hear
that.
this and you're like, she took one look and ran. But that's nothing against him. In general, you would hear this story and think that, but he looks just like his photos.
Yes, he's also really tall. He's a good looking guy. Full head of hair.
Looks better in person.
Yeah, better. Like that's a guy you look at a bar and you're like, I'm going to hook up with him for sure.
Yeah.
So he like goes out into the lobby where the elevators are and says to our girlfriends, did you see a girl come downstairs? And they said, no one has come out of the elevators since we got here. So no one came downstairs. And so he tries to message her on the app and she has unmatched him.
Oh my God. I mean,
what's the point? And we do not know what happened.
If she unmatched him, she's not dead. Like there was
she
like
didn't
a
die on the way
unmatching.
down.
She got die in the elevator shaft.
And we would have heard about this woman dying in the elevator in Williamsburg.
He was like, maybe she was in a relationship and got nervous. And I was like, as she got into the elevator to go downstairs in the building.
I actually don't think that's absurd. Like I could see someone being like, I'm going to do this. It's totally fine. And then in the last minute being like fully chickening out, not knowing how to communicate. I'll just unmatch, ghost, run away. Like
had a panic attack essentially.
Just like somebody that fully panics and is like, I just can't go through with it.
Grow up though.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
I don't like grow up and have the affair.
This is totally someone.
You committed.
Just like an
just
adult.
Follow through.
This is totally someone who was not who they said they were from the beginning. They were playing in their head this scenario and they were living in this scenario until the very last minute when they could no longer. That was someone who was totally not.
I guess good for her that she.
It was a man. Guaranteed it was another dude.
No way.
I'm telling you.
I think it was a guy.
You do?
That's my gut. My gut is saying that is a like.
So what was
just
the
that's
game
a
plan?
17-year-old boy playing stupid on the internet.
To me, that's not a woman who told a man, "Here's where I'm staying at this hotel."
This is a man who
know
was
the bar area.
Yeah.
Wait, did he ever look her up more?
So Field is interesting. So this is not knocking Field because I love Field and I've had really great experiences on it.
I
but
have as well.
Good. I love it. Okay.
I want to be single so I can get on Field.
You don't have to be.
So it's an app to find people that have like similar sexual kinks, but people use fake names on it a lot. So like I have a fake name on it. And it's just a first fake name, but unlike Hinge and some other apps, you're not connected to social media. Some people will list
Google
their socials.
reverse image.
Or like I went out with a guy who like I reverse image searched one of his photos. He was a realtor. I found his like real estate photos. I found that he was like a real person.
Another thing that's a big thing is reverse image search that a lot of people don't know about still.
Yes, and I found like his profile for work. He gave me his name right away. I felt safe going out with him. But people use fake names on these apps. So that app is kind of primed to catfish people. And you just have to be safe, meet them in a public place.
Yeah, and it's like it's understandable why they make it a little more discreet because it's this like sexual all that stuff. Like and we support the app, but that makes total
it's
sense.
Like the most mature horny people.
Yeah, but it makes so much sense that he couldn't really find more about her. He didn't meet her on LinkedIn. So I think you're told it wasn't. Who was it? It wasn't that woman.
Respectfully, does he have money? Is he? No, I'm just kidding. Is he public?
Yes.
Like, could they have been trying to like rob him? Like, it could have been like a
not that kind
setup.
Of money.
And then they chickened out.
Maybe they realized it wasn't that kind of money. And were like, I'm just going to bed. I'm gonna.
No, this was someone who was having fun playing in a scenario that they knew was
someone was like fucking around.
Yes.
Yes.
Are they gonna think that maybe they'd come down and be like, surprise?
So we do have another email that I wanted to get your take on, and it sort of is about this and why people do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Not fully ghost, but this is a little long, but it is worth it.
Would you want to read it? Which one is
Yeah,
it?
it's the first one, and I find it so fascinating. I looked up like why people do this stuff.
I love when people email in
So
cool stories.
match with this guy on Bumble. He was so hot, yada, yada, tall, a little older, whatever. We started talking. He was seemingly so into me very quickly. We had a really great messaging chemistry. It felt very exciting. He wanted to go on a date. I immediately went to stalk his Instagram to make sure he was real. And not only did I find him, but I also saw one of my friends followed him. I reached out to her to see if she knew him, and she confirmed he was real because she went on a date with him a couple years prior. She said she thought he was a weirdo and was flaky, but I took it with a slight grain of salt because this friend had a lot going on at the time. So I agreed to the date. We were going to get coffee and we had a date and a time. The date comes around and I hadn't heard from him yet, but we talked so much about it that I felt secure the date was happening. I get fully ready. I'm about to head out and text him saying I was leaving in 15. He texts me back profusely apologizing, saying his car broke down hours ago and that he's been waiting for a tow truck and then he's still waiting and won't be able to make our date. Obviously, I'm pissed, not because he had to cancel because of his car, but because he only said something when I said I was about to leave.
Yeah.
Anyway, because he was hot, he was able to convince me and tall. He was able to convince me to continue to talk to him, agree to reschedule. Mind you, he begged me. This happened for 2 more dates. I would get fully ready and then he would cancel right before, and it would always be something believable enough that you feel a little crazy. Obviously, after the second time, this was my fault for agreeing, but then I got kind of curious how long he'd keep up with it. This would be me. This would be my kink. The third date of this happening, I got bored and annoyed at myself for wasting my time, so I told him I didn't believe his bullshit and stopped talking to me. Months go by. He pops back up on Bumble. I'm a little drunk. I swipe right, and when I pick up my phone, I have multiple texts from him. He then goes on to say how he's sad to hear I don't want to talk because seeing me pop up made him hopeful. He asked if I could hop on a call so he could explain more about what was going on with his life when we talked. I tell him no, but he can send me a voice memo. He sends me several voice memos, all lasting multiple minutes long. He goes on to tell me that his mom, his dad, and his brother have all died in the years past from cancer. He said that when we were first talking, he had found a lump on his body and got scared he might also have cancer, so he wasn't mentally all there. He also said that not only he was dealing with the broken down car situation, but that his friend also tried to kill himself during this time. So I'm getting this unbelievable amount of trauma dumping, and all I can think about is this man either the weirdest liar alive, because what does he gain from this, or he's the unluckiest guy in the whole world. Either way, I was not sticking around for it. I told him I unfortunately don't believe him, but if I'm wrong, I'm deeply sorry for his misfortune in life, and that I hope he finds peace. He handled that message fine and never spoke to me again. Some time goes by. I'm still single, and I'm looking through the Are We Dating the Same Guy San Diego Facebook group. He pops up there. There are hundreds of comments. I lock the fuck in. Countless stories about him doing the same thing to dozens of women around San Diego, making plans with them and then canceling literally minutes before, always having elaborate apologies with tragic details. He met almost none of these women. Out of the women he did meet, they said he was weird as fuck and wouldn't physically touch them. They said he'd go from in love with you via text to a huge awkward weirdo in person. What a journey.
The fact that he has the power that someone is disappointed that he didn't show up. This is someone who's getting off on this.
I was just going to say he's getting off on this.
He's getting off on the people that are going, oh, you're not showing up. Oh man. And he likes the drama. He's getting off on the drama.
It's a game.
It's a game for him.
Feels
and
like
he
an
likes
incel
it.
to me. Like,
Yeah.
So there's a couple things about this because I really did some research about like why would somebody do this. So he's addicted to the fantasy of dating, not the actual dating.
Yes.
He likes the matching, the chemistry, the intimacy. He overshares. That's important.
Yes.
He's like building some kind of like false intimacy with you.
that
and
also is a big sign of deception, early trauma dumping, to
Love
gain
bombing,
sympathy,
kind of.
to like make you feel like, oh, well,
Yes.
sweet
Yes.
little baby.
it's manufacturing a false closeness with somebody, right? He cancels minutes before on purpose, not hours before or days before. The timing maximizes emotional impact. It kind of keeps him in control of the situation. He likely panics when it's about to become real because it's fear of evaluation and intimacy. That's why he rarely shows up. And when he does, these girls say he never touches them. He doesn't engage with them. So like this is like, I guess, a pattern. So like some women do meet up with him, but it's weird. He can't be confident person. And
Is this ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, let's ask the PI.
This is so much
ask
better.
our guest. We're here.
This is so. I'm learning so much more.
No,
from him.
it makes sense. I mean, I see all of that where there is that just element of control that they get, and it feels harmless to some extent, where it's like you can rationalize in your brain that you're not actually cheating on someone, hurting someone.
So
It's still
costing
bad.
someone money.
Yeah.
this feels like dangerous. Like this guy will be fully in prison or on the news for something worse. Like, don't you feel like this is like teasing something deeper? And like,
Well, it's certainly not a
this. It will
good
not be
sign.
surprising if this guy does something terrible. Like, this is a weird fucking way to
This
be.
is someone who is seeking something that they've never gotten. They don't get off on like actually being intimate with someone. They get off on the idea and the if he's doing this to multiple people, then that means that this is someone who he gets off on the every single time, every single person that he can get to trust him, and that they get disappointed when he doesn't show up. It's like it's a power for him. Like he feels like they miss me or whatever.
I think he's gonna do something worse.
I think this is
like just the start of like a dark journey.
That's what the incel thing came to me, where it's like, why is he like wanting to
Well, it's not about
women. Like it
and then
feels
also
like
my family, my whole family's dead, is sick.
Oh, that comes up all the time. Everyone has
my
cancer, and
God.
it's hard in me. That's the one thing where I'm like, of course,
I dealt
in
with
the
a guy that
past,
did
if
that,
someone
yeah.
told me they had cancer, I would not question it. Unfortunately, after the dating detective,
also 15 minutes before the
would.
date is very crazy. I remember this guy would make plans with me all the time.
Yeah.
Every day for like weeks this would happen. And he'd be like, can I see you? I want to see you. And then it would just be the next morning. I fell asleep last night. Sorry. I mean, it was constant. And he did this to another friend of mine that I know also, where like, he was like, I will be done with my family dinner tonight at 6 p.m. and I'll come meet you. And then he was like, I will be done in 30 minutes. Never messaged her. Next day, sorry, I fell asleep. I mean, just constant.
So another reason that people do that is because they're always looking for someone better, which is why the dating apps are so crazy now, is because everyone's got someone else in their pocket, literally.
Yeah.
So these people are like always looking for the next best thing. So they might be like, oh, I really like you, whatever. But then they get a response from someone else that they're like, oh, she's really hot and she hasn't responded. Cancel. I'm going with this
Keep you
girl.
in the back pocket.
Yeah, but they can always keep you in the back. And so that's why when people cancel, I feel like it's because they think there's something better, but they want to keep something on. They want to keep something on the books, but then they find something better. And that's what makes dating now so much worse. Is
So
because
fun.
It's so easy to have someone else in your back pocket ready to go.
vague plans like that makes you an asshole. The like, I'm
Yes.
going to walk out the door in 15 minutes. We had hard plans. That's really creepy.
I know.
No, horrible. Don't go out with them again.
Well,
This is
obviously.
mental instability.
One other potential, just to add a little more positivity, we just had an episode where the woman, it was two women. It was awful. They worked together. She was the boss. She was 17 years older. There's power dynamic. It was horrible. And then also she was like not out. So that made it easy to be like, we can't tell anyone. She was going to introduce her to her kids and kept like making the plans like, okay, they're ready. They're so excited to meet you. But obviously I didn't want to introduce you because it's like a sensitive thing to introduce my kids to you. And just kept kind of like canceling at the last minute. Her kid would get sick. Her kid had a breakdown.
The rabbit died.
But
the
she
dad
was
had
still
cancer.
fully married. Like that was what was going on. That's why they kept canceling. Like
I thought that was a
the
feel-
husband came out.
I
Like,
thought you said
that's
this
what
was
it
a feel-good one.
No, I was kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, we do have to wrap up with you guys. I thought we were going to wrap up on a positive one, but I love that. No, thank you guys
Tell
so
us
much
your
for
love
all of
story.
this.
Thank you for having us.
No,
on.
it's fine.
This is. I love sharing. I love sharing about this with other people too, because it's interesting to get your take also.
Yeah.
Because we love you guys so much.
We love you guys. This was so much fun.
Our
actually
audience
keep you
loves
here.
the Dating Detectives and Girls Gotta Eat is a great collab because the Dating Detectives audience
Dating
loves
Detectives
you
gotta
guys.
eat.
Well, one day me and you were going to be just on a
I
case
know, you're
together.
Wait,
I
can
would
you
like
guys-
to-
when I like dating, I would like
We'll investigate.
legally for you to investigate.
Yeah, when I get my certifications.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Legally.
well, tell everybody where they can find you guys both and listen to the podcast and everything. Just plug all your stuff.
Our podcast is called The Dating Detectives. It's Dating Detectives Podcast on all socials.
Okay, perfect.
And I am Freedom_Barbie on social media.
Hannah Ander Graham, because I'm Hannah Anderson. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I think it's
No,
cute.
it is funny.
Find
I told her, I
it.
said, now it's Hannah and her pod.
And yeah, exactly. But also, if you have a story, we're open to emails. If anyone wants to
Okay, what's the
tell their
email
story,
address?
investigate@thedatingdetectivespodcast.com. Nailed it.
Love it.
It took me 2 years.
We keep it anonymous. We have a legal team, so you are safe to spill the tea
Perfect.
if you want anyone.
Okay.
And I would like to encourage anybody that's in your audience, if you want to become a private investigator, reach out to your state's Association of Licensed Investigators to
Okay.
find a reputable person. And you can also go to the Google machine and type in how to be a private investigator and then put the name of your state. Every state governs their own PIs.
Okay, this
Google
is for
it.
me
Women can do it. I'm telling you, I've been doing this 20 years.
Of course,
'cause
and you can have your nails done.
And I have my nails done. I always have.
Okay, guys. Well, you know where to find us. Girlsgottaeat.com. Tickets to our show on May 7th. There at girlsgottaeat.com. Girls Gotta Eat podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess on Instagram and TikTok. Raina is Raina.Greenberg and RainaGreenberg.com for her tour tickets. Subscribe on YouTube. Share this episode with a friend, and we will see you Thursday.
Have a good week, guys.
Bye.